Kia ora, I'm Tony Adams, the Project Director for Te Ahu Turanga, the Manawatu Tararua Highway. Today I'm going to give some commentary of the latest flyover completed on the 19th of November, and just to give everybody an update on how things have been progressing over the last couple of months. As per the previous flyover, we start at the western end and we're just going over Zone 1. You can see the main office, and we've just broken ground in Zone 1, so we can start putting erosion sediment controls in place, and then you'll start seeing the future roundabout starting. The lab building out to the right is now fully operational, and Nutcracker Farm's access should have its roof poured pre-Christmas, so that's good progress there as well. You can see that the car park to the gorge is busy today. Now we're just approaching Parahaki Island Bridge. You can see the staging now goes right across the Manawatu River, and just the second crane there is Pier 1. So we've got 4 of the 8 piles in the ground, and the cofferdam in the middle, and now we're just starting Pier 3 works, railway line just underneath, and then we're going into the short land span and the Eco Viaduct Bridge. So most of the work here has been around doing ground investigations and getting a methodology in place so we can control the very high artesian water pressures. So that also requires some consents to be lodged, which are currently getting done before Christmas. Here we get into a new cut, so Zone 2, so that's cut 11, and that'll aid the structures teams to get into the northern abutment of the Eco Viaduct. Up through Fill 9, this is progressing well. That's one of the biggest fills that we've got, so 1.4 million cubic metres, and that'll take right through till the end of 2023, early 24 for completion. Major issue we had is the lack of water, so what we've done is that we've put our own water supply in, and that pond out to the right is one of the construction storage ponds. So we've got about 25,000 cubic metres of water storage pumped over the job that we use both for constructing the fills if they drive optimum, and also to use it for dust control. Up through here, top of the QE2, the access way is now significantly wider, so it allows 2 lanes of traffic for the haul trucks, and that access road now is reduced in gradient, so it also helps productivity. Cut 13 starting to make shape. That's the 2.4 million cubic metre cut. That's by far the biggest cut on the project. So no shortage of gear dotted around. Now out to the right you'll see that slot with tracks on it. That's Meridian Access Track 1, so that was key to get that done over the winter, and then a relocation of the cable has now been put in there and fully commissioned, and then this allows unimpeded access to all of that material for Cut 13. Dropping down into here now is Fill 11, and that'll be high productivity work that comes off the back of Cut 13. Disposal Site 25 out to our left, and then also Meridian Access Track out to our right, so that's progressed very well as well, and that's on target to allow full access for Meridian maintenance operations. There's several new areas with erosion sediment controls. This is where we transition into Zone 3. So Zone 3's ground conditions are poorer than what we thought, so we're actually going to be putting a haul road from Zone 2 into Zone 3 sooner rather than later, and that'll allow us to cart some better material to backfill our undercuts. Several erosion sediment control ponds you can see. But the pond out to the furthest to the right is another water storage pond for construction. Right in front of us here now is going to be the site for Bridge 5, that's for the Meridian underpass as well as the shared use path, so that's a double structure that allows separation. Access roads have progressed up through Zone 3. We've just ticked over 1 million cubic metres of earthworks, which is on track for our targets for the summer. Things are pretty wet at the moment, but as I say, it's just you always get the same rain, it just depends on when it turns up. So hopefully it's going to be dry in the new year. One of our big disposal sites, disposal site 28, is out to our right, and you can see the erosion sediment control pond that controls the water that flows out of that area. Our mitigation planting's gone well, so we've got the 250,000 plants that we're targeting in the ground and growing, and now the teams are busy maintaining those as well as planning for next year. And we're targeting 650,000 plants. Another 2 water storage ponds out to our right, and this is Bridge 10, so the main structure itself is now complete, and then there's all the retaining walls etc. to be built around it. That'll be in the new year. Cutting through Morgan Road. This is the last area to be opened up. The first items was, or the first task to be completed here, you'll see, is the dropping of the pine trees. The UAV or drone that's being used to film this is roughly flying on the alignment, so it gives you a good idea of what kind of terrain we've still got to encounter. Dropping down, so we're into cut 28, which is the second biggest cut. You can see all the pine trees have been dropped. They've been carted to more down to the east, stockpiled there and then taken off site. Vegetation's all been dropped on cut 28. That allows us to avoid nesting birds as part of a consent condition. If we go over the big sideling cut that shows up on the top corner there in the animation, we get down into gully 20. So we've made great progress in here over the challenging winter period, and we've now got quite a platform for more fill material to go into there. I think that's roughly about 400,000 cubic metres. The material that we're encountering here is papa, which we're expecting. It's been a bit challenging with its moisture content and then also with its strength, but we are getting methodologies in place that's giving us good results. You can see the logs there stockpiled out to the left, and that's where they get picked up by road truck and then taken to a mill. That pond as such out to the right, that's going to be a permanent stormwater treatment pond, whereas out to the left is temporary erosion sediment control ponds. So you can see here the papa fill is continuing out onto the plateau and comes in towards the Mungabanaia Bridge, and then after Christmas some of those auxiliary works will get started for that structure. This is all Zone 4, and that's the Zone 4, the main compound, both with a workshop and office facilities for staff. Continuing on to the east and then coming into Woodville. You'll see on the animation the roundabout, which is all built offline, and then that'll minimise the disruption to the travelling public, and then we'll just have to do the tie-ins. So thank you for watching. We'll repeat this process next month. So We'll do it on a monthly basis and hope to keep you well informed on how the project's going. But at this stage, I'm more than happy with our progress that we've made, and let's roll on a nice warm summer. Thank you.